What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and this week we had a major talking point, and that was the fact that there are going to be changes in regard to farming XP in the Summit. So in today's video, I wanted to take a few minutes and go over some of my favorite farming methods for XP that have nothing to do with the Summit. I mean, as of right now, this Tuesday, we have a global event and a new Apparel event, so I wanted to take a few minutes and go over some of the details. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button, and if you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit that like button as well. It really does help the channel out. Now, we also have giveaways here, but I'm going to save that information to the end and get right into the video. So as all of you know, when it comes to farming XP, there are no shortages of ways to farm in this game. I mean, you have missions, you have control points, you have bounties, whatever it is. But for me in my gameplay, one of my favorite things to do in the game is just hit up different open world activities because you can rip through them really quick and gain a lot of XP. And my favorite one, without a doubt, is hitting up territory controls, and I'll go into why in a moment. Now, the one I'm showing you on screen right now happens to be my favorite by far. Now, sometimes it's on the map, sometimes it's not, so I will show you some other ones as well. Now, you can see once I fast travel to that classified assignment location, I do a 180 and I'm pretty much exactly at the territory control. Now, this takes me about 30 seconds to clear. And in that time, because I'm doing this on heroic with 3 directives, I'm going to get well over 250,000 XP in, like I said, about 35 seconds of gameplay. Now, throughout the video, I'll also drop the difficulty at another directive so you can get a baseline of what you may get when you do this. Now, the main reason why I like territory controls so much is they are a stationary location and the NPCs spawn exactly the same way when you get there. So it is really efficient when you're trying to farm. And you happen to know exactly how the NPCs are going to pop out of different areas. And as I said, I'll show you some other ones as well. Now, what happens is this: as soon as you clear the thing, all you're going to do is you're going to open your map, you're going to scroll down to reset control points. Now, you can see the territory control is no longer there because I cleared it. However, what happens when this resets at 0, you're going to be taken to the nearest safe house. When you do, you open up your map, you will see that hopefully the territory control is there again, and you just keep farming as much as you want, my friends. Now, the main reason I said hopefully is because sometimes certain territory controls are not on the map, or they just don't respawn over and over again. And if that's the case, just find another one that has a really close fast travel location and just, learn the timing of the NPC. I mean, for me, I have 3 or 4 of these that are scattered all across the map. That way, no matter what, I know one of those will be working properly. And by working properly, I mean it'll allow me to farm it, clear it, and then just keep doing it over and over. And as we continue on, and I'll change difficulties in a moment, but for me, this is not about ripping through content. When we have a new season start, and this season is a little bit different than others, the exotics that we may be looking for are not in the general loot pool, and that is different from every other season that we had. Now, there are the bloody knuckles, we have the busy little bee. Those are things I'm really looking forward to getting. So for me, using this farming method helps me get to that seasonal level that I want. It's not about rushing through the content. I mean, I haven't even started the manhunt missions yet, but there happens to be a lot of gear that I want to pick up along the way, and this ensures that I can get it in a timely fashion and work on other builds that I'm really looking forward to. Anyway, getting back to the footage you're looking at, you can see I've now changed the difficulty to challenging. I've added 3 directives, just as before, just a lower difficulty. And obviously with this game, as most of you know, the higher the difficulty and more directives equals more XP. However, with this setting, and keep in mind it's going to take you a few runs to get used to it, but you're going to be able to clear this in anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes as you become more and more efficient. So in that time, on challenging with 3 directives, you're going to be earning over 200,000 XP because you also have to add in the actual XP you get when you take out an NPC. And one thing I like to do is compare it to, let's say, a heroic mission with 3 directives. So if you would have run Lincoln Memorial on heroic 3 directives, your reward is going to be 641,000 XP. However, what you need to take into consideration is how long is it going to take you to clear that mission. So for me, I could maybe get that mission done if I was lucky with 3 directives, let's say between 8 and 9 minutes. But during the same time, I could run this at least 4 times. And if I do that 4 times, that's going to be a minimum of 800,000 XP if I do it on challenging with 3 directives. So again, it's all about time management. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there happen to be a lot of ways you can earn even more XP than doing these territory controls. And one of the most popular ones out there is finding those elite patrols or anything elite. Elite resource convoy and elite patrol. You also have warhound convoys. Now, the only problem with those is that they can pretty much spawn on the map in any location, and sometimes they don't show up on the map at all. So for instance, when I was trying to make this video, I spent about I don't know, 20, 30 minutes trying to find an elite patrol on the map. I couldn't find one, so I kept doing this. But again, if you see one, you definitely want to take advantage. Now at this point, we know the game is making changes to that Summit XP farm. We don't know what those changes are going to be at this point. But remember, there will always be efficient ways to farm in the game. I mean, at the end of this video, you're going to see that I hit up a Warhound convoy, which happens to be my favorite one to hit because I know the timing when it's in a certain area on the map. And actually, one important aspect about anything in regard to Warhound convoys, an elite patrol, or even an elite territory control is that they're not going to respawn over and over again. There's like a 30-minute cooldown, something like that. And I've tried to reset my control points. I've tried to log out, log in. I can't find a pattern. If you know one, let me know. But again, I'm pretty sure every 30 minutes you'll be able to find one again. With all that being said, my friends, I want to take a moment as always and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. And just one rule of thumb, and all of you know this by now, but the higher the difficulty and more directives you have active equals the more XP. But I know there happen to be a lot of new and returning players. So remember, if it takes you less time on a lower difficulty with more directives to earn XP, that's what you should do. Again, this is not about loot. This is about XP farming, so hopefully you can get through the seasonal progress and get those new exotics. Now, as of my recording this video, we are set for the 27th for the global event as well as a new apparel event. If anything changes, I will bring you up to speed in tomorrow's news video. And as always, and most of you know this, but we do have giveaways here. Our current one is for a PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on October 2nd of this year. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. You'll see the Warhound convoy right here. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know. I want to thank you all for your incredible support, and as always, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.